The Fallout series are known for giving the players the opportunity to choose how they want to play the game. Whether they want to be the good guy or the bad guy is up to them, or even if they want to kill someone or not. With that being said, I decided to do this run without killing anyone in my way. As you know, the first video for my channel. And since the Yes Man path is so easy, I decided to go for the NCR for this one. First things first, I chose the first name that came into my mind. NCR Diplomat seems to fit well for my character. As for my stats, I removed all possible points from strength and perception. I decided to increase charisma and intelligence to the max. As for the others, I didn't really care which ones should receive more attention, so I left everything at 6. After answering the doctor's questions, I went with speech, science, and medicine for my starter skills. Then I chose good nature and Lucas Loophole as my traits. After listening to Dr. Mitchell, I decided to activate hardcore mode for some reason, but before I left his house, I dumped everything that came with the DLC into his dresser. Then I proceeded to steal everything in his house. I head to the saloon where Dr. Sunny smiled, who agreed to show me how things work around there. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do this part without shooting the bottles, but it's okay, as long as they're dead, I guess. I headed back in and I heard a commotion. I introduced myself to Trudy, and she explained to me that they were having, let's call it, a Ringo situation. Being the good diplomat that I am, I offered to help. I fixed a radio, talked to Ringo, and after deciding to help him, I returned to the saloon, where Sunny agreed to check out the non-diplomat threat. But before that, I had to convince the other folks in town. Since I had low explosive skills, I wasn't able to convince Easy Pete, but that's okay. I convinced Trudy, Chad, and the doctor, which was more than enough. I returned to Ringo and then told him I was ready. Arriving at the battlefield, I did what anyone in my situation would do. I decided to hide and wait for the fight to be over.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand.
I level up both my points into repair, science, and speech, and chose the Swift Learner perk. Marked the graveyard for later, Gene skydiving too, and then I headed to Bryn, where I was informed that the town was lawless. So I decided to bring order democracy to the town. Use a stealth boy to sneak into the casino. I found Beagle, and then I told him he could run because I didn't need him. Beagle, however, decided to show off his sneak skills, proving that if you had the stats, you didn't need a stealth boy. And Beagle died. I returned to Johnson to inform him that the sad news. Luckily, just across the bridge, there was an NCR station. Unfortunately, they couldn't help me since they didn't have enough budget to spare. So I made my way to the Mojave outpost. I talked to Major Knight and convinced him to send help to Bryn. I fast traveled back to Bryn and informed Lieutenant Hayes that the town could now be part of the fair and honest NCR. There is no lies in that. Level up again. I completely ignored whatever Vopes had to say and simply agreed to his quest for the free XP. Fast travel back to the Mojave outpost and inform Sergeant Corrib over here about the situation. And since I had already been to Nipton, I want to talk to Ghost for more XP. I level up again. And then I returned to Nipton. From there, I headed straight to Novak. In Novak, I talked to Mayor Vargas, who gave me another quest regarding the ghouls at the replica facility. I decided to do this quest, not that it was necessary or anything, but it could be easily done without killing anyone, and I had time to spare. I spoke to the voice on the wall, and then I spoke to Jason, who said they were having a Dima problem. Well, I'm no Doom guy, but I'm a diplomat, so Dima should fear me, because I hold the contract. I headed downstairs and talked to Davidson, who refused to move because he couldn't find his secret stash of stealth boys. So once again, I decided to help someone. And Agu was guarding the computer, and he refused to let me use it. Nonetheless, I agreed to help him find his girlfriend or whatever. So I used yet another stealth boy to not get spotted and headed downstairs. Found the key, found the girlfriend, then returned to the ghoul. I told him the bad news, and he moved out of the way. I checked the stealth boy, but they weren't there. Try to explain that to a crazy mutant. Anyway, Davidson at first refused to believe me, but his god told him it was alright and he should move. After that, he took his friends and left.
Follow the new note to find stealth boys. Better be there.
I went back up and told Jason that the demons are gone. I followed them downstairs once again, and he requested one more favor, to fix the rockets. I bought the first part, found the second, then I returned. Jason gave a speech, and I made sure that they landed safely somewhere. Probably. I hope. Complete the quest and level up again. I told the manufacturer that the ghouls are gone, and since I was there, I decided to visit Hidos 1 and check the solar peninsula later. I marked the 188 trading post on the map and headed to Border City to help out there.
Normally I'd turn you down since I have no idea who you are, but considering that the hostages are as good as dead when we attack. Alright, I'm going to give you a chance.
I successfully convinced Jessup to let the prisoners go, in exchange for their lives, and I leveled up again. Living there, a soldier told me that he received orders to take out the cons, but that was the right thing to do. Let's be civilized here. So I convinced him otherwise by putting his honor on the line. Why would he even agree to that? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I walked over them on the map and got a radio that I never used. Without that done, I was finally ready to go to Freeside, but first things first. I stopped by the Mormon fort and done everything that I could to Julie for those sweet experience points that she gave me in return. I also helped her friend. Not necessary, but I was near. But I wasn't ready to leave Freeside just yet. There was one more quest to get the good ending. The King. I talked to the King. He sent me on a task starting the GI's Blue quest. First, I had to investigate a man named Oris, who was probably fake his bodyguard contract. Which he was, yeah, technically. I returned to the King. He told me he was ready to go on more serious missions involving me. So, he sent me back to the fort to investigate some citizens who got injured by someone named Lieutenant. I returned to the King again This time, the objective was to investigate someone handing out supplies in Freeside. The king could take that. It's not fair. Is it? Anyway, after talking to Judy and discovering the secret, I found out that they will only serve NCR citizens, which is not a problem. At least I don't see a problem in that. I'm an NCR diplomat after all. I work for them.
Morning.
But anyway, I returned to the king and told him the situation. I also mentioned that the NCR soldiers got beaten up by his men, which he knew nothing about, surprisingly. So he sent me out one last time to fix the mess that the priester had started. After Elizabeth agreed to stand down and talk, I returned to the king and informed him that the situation was under control. Now, I was aiming for the NCR ending, so it was very, very important that I decided simply not take his favor, not yet. Anyway, I would need his loyalty, but just not now. I'll in due time. Anyway, I didn't have enough caps, so I used my intelligence to pass by the security. Intelligence is basically speech, but for machines. Once inside, I accepted Mr. House's offer and refused whatever he was selling. Not interested. Leaving his casino, I finally got a note from a pen pal, the ambassador. Talking to the ambassador, he mentioned the boomers and said it was up to me to go deal with them and require their help for the upcoming battle. So I went up to Nellis and spoke to Pearl, but just like in real life, if you want anything from someone, you have to do something with them first. First, I treated our guy with patience. I had enough medicine skills, so it was alright.
Thought of that. Yes, outsider? Those men owe you their lives. Seems we could learn a thing or two from you savages, when it comes to medicine at least.
Then I listened to a story and answered a few questions before helping Loyal fix their race. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough repair skills, but I had the arrays. I got that used one earlier, so it was alright. I returned to Pearl and told her I did my part, but as one last favor, they needed me to retrieve a bomber from the lake. Before going, I talked to Jack about the rebreather. I retrieved the bomber, then returned to tell her the good news. After doing that, I asked Pearl for her support during the final battle, and she agreed. I returned to Crocker to tell him the good news. The boomers had agreed to help us. Right after that, he sent me on a quick quest. The kings were becoming a problem, and there was no origin, just chaos. So I had to either kill Pacer or talk to the king himself. Since I already did my part in the king's quest, all I needed to do was to ask him to stop fighting with the NCR as a favor. And so I did that. After returning to Crocker, he told me I was ready for more advanced quests at Hoover Dam. I fast traveled to Hoover Dam, where I received new orders from Cassandra Morrow. My first assignment was to go deal with the cons. I arrived at Red Rock and initially tried to talk to Papa Khan, but he didn't want to hear my plans related to Texas. It was going to be good for them, right? I had a vision, so I left and talked to Regis instead. After convincing him to break their alliance, I went back in and showed Papa Carl's diary, containing all his little secrets. Carl died, and I left and convinced Jack and Melissa to break their alliance with the Legion, before the leader decided to leave the Mojave for good. I still had 0 kills to my name. When I returned to Cassandra, she sent me to find out what the Omeras were up to. Usually I skip them, or at the very least I try to sabotage the plans. Not this time, sadly. After stealing from Cochino, I threatened him. He gave me a name, Trike, a man who should not be part of the NCR. I can't have that. He is not loyal. He was supplying the Omeras with the guns. So I decided to give him a chance to destroy the guns for me. I left the casino, then came back and talked to Cochino again. This time he told me that Detroit got captured while destroying the guns, and gave up my name. Traitor! Now we need to take care of the boss ourselves. So I convinced Cochino to do the killing for me. Like a good diplomat, you don't do the dirty work. Before entering the room though, I used another stuffed boy and stole the ammo from Big Saul in Nero's pockets. That way they wouldn't be able to shoot. After passing speed check with Big Saul, I told him that Nero was bringing something else. He believed me for some reason, and Nero was killed. Cochino took his chance and killed Big Saul right after. Another quest complete.
Motherfucker, I knew this day would come.
Hey! I'm gonna cook your sorry ass!
When I returned to Hoverland, the colonel told me that they needed Mr. House out of the picture. So I entered the house cave and informed Mr. House that I'd let him leave in exchange for everything else he had. He agreed with my vision.
Cerebrum! I'd rather be killed!
It was fine time to go deal with the Brotherhood. I found a holotape, got a heartwarming welcome, and then I spoke with their master, who ordered me to go deal with the ranger hiding nearby. After doing that, I returned to the Elder. He sent me on his favorite pastime activity, go fetch me 3. But I already had 1 holotape, so only 2 were remaining. I returned and went out again, this time looking for 3 scouts.
And ask them if the bears are still hunting. That's truly, for it is unlikely that an outsider would know both the Elder's name and that passphrase.
Strange that the Elder should send an outsider, but I suppose...
Then I'm sworn to report. I've been dividing my time between the camps to the north.
I returned back to the bunker, and after telling me that he needed to hibernate or something, he asked me to go talk to his favorite follower, his protege, if you will, Lorenzo, who, much like the Elder, also loves the number 3. After finding the missing parts to fix the bunker and returning home, the Elder noticed that the NCR wasn't exactly the threat he thought they were, so I warned him about the NCR. Instead of getting angry, he offered to help them to the final battle. The NCR didn't like it very much, but I didn't care. Now it was time to protect the president, who decided to visit them for morale or something. I stole everything from the fake engineer's pocket and then showed it to Ranger Grant. Everything that I found.
The hell? This must control some sort of bomb that he was going to use to kill the president.
They took care of the assassin, and the quest was complete. I talked to my boss one last time and was ready for the final battle. Heard General Lee. Then I managed to cross the bridge. I refused the Ranger's help and made my way to Legacy's camp. But there, Lanius forgot whose side he was on and decided to kill his own men. Probably a tactic to boost morale or something. After that, I simply passed all speed checks to convince him to retreat with his forces.
Many graves in the
said as much, with braver words, not backed by strength. It is Kaiser's will this gate to the west bear the flag of the Legion. Kaiser's will shall be done. I see you fight with words, like all beneath the flag of the bear. Let us hope your skill with weapons proves greater. So you seek order, terms of surrender? Our roads into NCR are hung with the bodies of those who attempted to negotiate with us. Save your speeches. We will take Hoover Dam and move forward until our feet crush the setting sun beneath them. Hoover Dam has never seen the mass strength of the East, only legates such as Graham, who deserve the fire Kaiser blessed him with. Now I am here, and make markers of your people as the Legion carves its way west. You speak in circles. What of the East? I am the East, and I will prove it this day. The victory here shall be swift. Our forces shall take the dam, secure it, then build a road west on the bodies of the NCR. The East will hold. Once across the Colorado, nothing to rival Hoover Dam remains. Your weakness? You seek to thwart me by claiming the Legion is too strong for you. That does not mean we would not succeed. The East was a hard-fought campaign. Even now, Kaiser drew too much of the Legion's blood needed there for this. Hoover Dam is but a place. I will not have it be the gravestone of the Legion, whether quickly, or as you describe, slowly, by attrition. As for wisdom, there is wisdom in your words, man of the West. Know that I shall return east. I shall not remain there forever. On that day, the strength of the bear shall be tested. If the West is one day filled with ones such as you, perhaps it shall be a worthy fight indeed. My coming would have saved you, set your people free in ways they cannot see. War would have tested them, broken the weak with its violence, yet allowing the strong to arise. Violence gave you that strength, awakened you. I can see it upon your face, where 2 bullets left their mark. Perhaps it is unfortunate Wolpex was not here to hear your words. Something tells me you would prove more than his match. Until the day when our armies meet again in NCR, I shall wait for you on the battlefield.
Before talking to General, I decided to look and make sure I hadn't killed anyone.
Truth told, I'm surprised you made it out of there in one piece. You and the dam. I'm impressed to say the least, and Republic or not, you're it in my eyes.
I finished the game without me killing anyone and starting with the NCR. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe. I'm Laniustron. See you in the next video.